And yeah, she came back with 1,000. Yeah.
After being found guilty at trial this spring, Dorsey is now starting a 35-year prison sentence.
This TikToker was sentenced to 35 years in prison after flexing his crimes online, and these two guys were arrested on felony charges after flexing their guns on Facebook. Today, we'll be talking about the very interesting topic of self-snitching. First, let's start with Cedric, the Bellevue pimp who will be released from prison in 2060.
Yeah, Molly and Preston, Bellevue police say this all started out as a routine patrol call where a couple of officers thought something didn't quite look right. That led to prosecutors saying they were able to take down a vicious pimp who was abusing a woman and selling her for sex work while keeping the money for himself.
So trying to tell me leave alone?
On social media,
It's trying to tell me leave money alone.
Cedric Dorsey painted himself as a pimp
Why I'm a pimp.
with money, swagger, and influence.
SCCC 333.
But investigators say his lifestyle was built by forced sex work, as Dorsey trafficked a woman into prostitution in Seattle, Bellevue, Kent, and Las Vegas.
So the news clipping are showing you just a very brief portion of this guy's videos, and of course his TikTok account was taken down, but I do want to show you one clip that I found on his Instagram, and it is laughable. You might need to turn on closed caption for this one.
Bitches is intimidated to me, you feel me? Because I got standards and I got expectations. Not like the you feel me out. Not like you feel me out. Because I really take care of my bitches, man. You know, and I really, put them first, man. You know, because they put this pimping first, man. You dig what I'm saying? Like, really pimping or, you dig what I'm saying? You know what I did last night? Yeah. I ate baked chicken, you dig what I'm saying? Stuffed potatoes, you dig what I'm saying? And it was salad with cucumbers in there. And you know what I did? I went to sleep and gave my dame the keys and told her, go get me some money. You dig what I'm saying? So she was down for like 6 hours, you hear what I'm saying? And yeah, she came back with 1,000. Yeah, pimpin'. Yeah, that's how it goes down, man. You know, and she's going to continue making some progression because she's going to continue living with the purpose. And the purpose is chatty, baby.
So he clearly admitted that he sent his woman to go work the streets and then she came back with $1,000. Now, this is evidence. He is confessing to these crimes online, and the cops were more than happy to use that as evidence.
It all came undone in 2024 when Bellevue police responded to a domestic violence call involving Dorsey and his victim.
They listened to what that victim was telling them and realized things weren't just adding up for her and what she was saying, and that she was in a very dangerous situation.
Bellevue Police Major Ellen Inman says patrol officers noticed signs of trafficking and called detectives.
When you ask them questions, they're answering repeatedly in these kind of scripted or answers that sound like they're rehearsed. When they served the search warrant on his premise, they recovered $12,000 in cash, along with those 3 firearms, one of which was stolen, and a banned firearm.
King County prosecutors hit Dorsey with charges of human trafficking, promoting prostitution, and unlawful possession of a firearm.
We see very significant violence, strangulation, beatings, assaults.
Prosecutor Brayla McGinnis tried Dorsey's case where his own social media posts were used as evidence, including this one about the 304 oath, where prostitutes promise not to cooperate with police and say they aren't victims.
One of the biggest rules of the game is not to talk to police. It is that idea of selling the dream, right? Saying, I have these nice things. If you come with me, you can have all of this, right? And when you're talking to someone who has had a very rough upbringing or a very troubled life, that's the vulnerability that they exploit.
So what this scumbag was doing was absolutely horrible. Taking women off the streets, manipulating them, probably getting them hooked on some type of narcotics, and then selling their bodies for profit. But luckily for us, he had a massive ego, and he wasn't content enough with just having these things. He wanted to flex it on social media, and that's how he went from silk yellow Versace robes to orange jumpsuits. Honestly, I've seen a lot of self-snitching on YouTube. I cover it a lot on my channel, but this has to be the most egregious case. And one thing's for sure, the Bellevue Police Department, they seem really happy that the criminals are snitching on themselves.
That's the way I look at social media and the use of different ways that people advertise their criminal activity, is that if you make it available for the Bellevue Police Department in this case to access and use as part of our lawful investigation, then that's what we will do. We were able to take a very dangerous criminal off the street and hold him accountable for his actions.
Now, local and state officials have been really trying to get a handle on this issue of illegal work. And one of the proposals supported by the King County Prosecuting Attorney's Office was a bill earlier this year in the legislature that would have increased the penalty for those who are buying work, the Johns in this case. But that bill did not make it out of committee this year. Reporting live.
So that's unfortunate because that bill could have helped to put a dent in this problem. But one thing's for sure, this criminal will not see the light of day until 2060. Actually, he might be out before that on good behavior, but that is still an extremely severe sentence that is sending a clear message. Now, don't go anywhere because we still have the other case to take a look at where we have criminals who flexed their guns on Facebook. They were threatening people and then they got arrested moments after. But before we take a look at that, I just want to ask you guys a quick favor. If you enjoy the show, you enjoy the presentation, please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subs. With that being said, let's take a look at this new case.
Hey, gentlemen, how's it going? Can we talk to you real quick? Sir, stop, please. Both of you, please stop. Can you come down and talk to us? Keep your hands where we can see them. You guys have any weapons on you? Okay. Can we pat you down for our safety and yours? What's that?
What are we being detained for?
Well, I'll explain that to you, but I'd like to try to make sure everybody stays safe. What's your name, sir? Just tell me your name. Don't reach in your pocket. Sir, please don't reach in your pocket. Sir, what's your name?
This ain't even no traffic stuff.
Okay. Well, we're investigating a matter, and we're just trying to figure out what's going on. But if you won't cooperate with us, that makes it a little bit harder.
What if I can investigate it? What?
Can you tell me your name first?
Unit 209.
Can you tell me your name or no?
Come to the front door.
Go ahead.
Channel 2 for the OIC.
It's going to have to wait a second. We're making contact right now. Sir? Can you tell me your name or no?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Huh?
Tell you my name for what?
Well, we got a complaint. We're investigating it. I can't really go a whole lot further because I don't feel safe if you're not going to cooperate. But if you're not going to cooperate...
So I really want you guys to pay attention to this guy over here because on top of self-snitching on Facebook, he's about to try to hide evidence right in front of the cop.
With you in conversation about what's going on, but you kind of acting cagey. He's not following our commands, and, you know, we're getting information. You may have weapons. Do you have any weapons on you?
No.
Can I pat you down for my safety?
No.
Okay. So I don't want you to reach anywhere. Like I told you before, I don't want you to reach in your pockets. 209, go ahead.
Check up.
What are you doing, dude?
Don't have no weapons on me, bro. Don't have no
We're secure for right now. We're talking to two males.
1303.
Hey, what did you just throw in the bushes, dude?
I ain't throwing anything, bro. Well, I've been sitting in the front. I've been sitting right here for 10 minutes in the car. I don't have anything on me. I'd have been took off.
Okay. So, do you have an identification on you?
In the house.
Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to compel you to a pat down based on the totality of the circumstances. I believe that it's possible you may have a weapon or you may have a weapon. All right. But I can't dispel that. I can't dispel that officer safety concern or safety for the public until I pat you down. All right? So I'm going to ask you very politely, please step back here. Keep your hands where I can see him. Sir, you as well, just stay right there. Keep your hands where I can see him, okay? Understood?
Where's all this coming from?
I will explain that to you in a minute. You need to come down now and follow my orders.
Call my attorney, please.
Sir, you can call whoever you want, but you need to follow my commands.
I've been in the car for 10 minutes.
I understand.
Here. So where's this?
Please step back here.
Here at my residence.
Sir, I'm not going to ask you again. The next time I got to tell you, it's good.
I'm sitting here at...
Alante, stay there. Stay there. Put your hands on top of your head, please. Interlace your fingers. Just put your hands right here, please. Anything on you going to cut me, stick me, poke me?
No.
Any guns, knives, drugs, needles, anything that I need to be concerned about? Okay, thank you for your cooperation.
So now that they have them detained, they were able to go up to the bushes with that lady and show her what the guy threw in there. Turns out that it was a magazine. Take a look at this.
He threw a firearm magazine back there. You want to see it? See that right there? Here, I'll show you what mine looks like.
Yeah.
So it looks just like that.
All right.
How do you know these two gentlemen?
That's my little cousin.
Okay.
From there, it went from bad to worse because, remember, they saw them exiting a car and trying to go inside the house. So now they have probable cause to search the car, and they were able to find what they were hiding.
32 copy.
Hey, Sarge, it's 209. Did you still need me on 2?
I was going to give you some...
So it turns out they have multiple priors, and now they're getting charged with a bunch of felonies. They are probably going to spend quite a time behind bars. But this guy wants to make the cop's life more difficult, I guess, and he refuses to give his name. Now, keep in mind that when you're detained and you're legally detained and you have committed a crime, you have to ID, or else they're just going to throw you in a jail cell and identify you with your prints anyways. But he was very resistant to give his name.
Doesn't make any statements. You understand those rights I've read them to you today? Could you look at me real quick? Do you understand those rights I've read them to you today? Okay. Having those rights in mind, I'd like to discuss with you with what's going on, but it makes it tough when you don't identify yourself. So can you tell me what your name is?
You already know my name.
What is it?
You already know my name.
Nope, I'm asking you.
It seems like...
Sir, that's not how it works. What is your name?
Man, my name's Johnson.
What's your what?
Johnson.
That's your last name?
Yeah.
What's your first name?
Johnson.
Johnson?
Yeah, Shawan Johnson. You know,
what is it?
You know who you heard this one?
Dude, it doesn't matter. I could have the Lord Jesus Christ himself come down me and tell me your name. It doesn't matter. I have to get it from you.
I just told you.
What is it?
Shawan Johnson.
What?
Man,
you're saying it too fast.
Shawan Johnson, I'm telling you my name though.
What's your social?
So Sean Johnson was charged with multiple felonies, same thing with the other guy. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Self-Snitching 101. And like I said before, please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subs by September. That would mark the 1-year anniversary of the channel, and I'm sure we can make it happen. Thank you in advance, and I'll see you guys on the next one.